Hi, this is Parker from Coaster Pack, and I'm here at Canada's Wonderland for the first ever time. And I'm going to try and have a good time, even though the world is against me doing that, because it is freezing, it is windy, it's going to rain, and Leviathan is undergoing some extended downtime at the moment. But we're going to ride as much as we can and have as much fun as possible. So let's do that. We're going to start with Yukon Striker, which I believe is over there. So let's get going. And rope is dropped, and I think everyone's going to Wonder Mountain's Guardian. We're not though, because I won credits. I'm going to Yukon Striker. We've made it to Frontier Canada with that piece of trash, and this, hopefully at least good, dive coaster. The world's tallest, fastest, and longest dive coaster at that. And it's freezing, so this should be fun. Yukon Striker might be big, but for a dive coaster, it's not great, to be honest. It's a little slow. Well, that sucks. Just like the ride. All right, B&M Hyper time. Yukon Striker was running kind of slow, so we'll see if this is too. Hopefully it's not. Behemoth is absolutely incredible. That's an upper tier hyper in my opinion. Very, very good sustained floater over every airtime hill. The second half is a little bit of a lull, but I think that the camelbacks make up for it. All right. When we credit hunt, it means we have to make some casualties, as in, you know, trash. So let's have fun. I've heard horror stories about Mindbuster, but it wasn't that bad. The first half's kind of smooth, then it jackhammers your teeth out at the very end, but for the most part, it's not horrible. So I rode back on that Sun Coaster, and that was cool and all. But what I'm really excited for is Time Warp. What is commonly regarded as the worst coaster ever built in the world. I am really excited. Absolutely nothing could have prepared me for how unbelievably horrible and horrendous this ride is. It's an absolute torture device. It shakes the whole time. Your ears bounce back and forth on the weird little boxes by your ears. It's absolutely terrible. On a separate note, this is a cool little scare zone right here. I wish Kings Island put this much effort into their haunts. Also, I have a feeling that this is going to be just as bad, if not worse, than what I just rode. All right, flight deck. This queue is stupidly long. You gotta wonder, did this ride, this Vekoma SLC, ever have a need for all of this queue space? Part of me doubts it. Somehow, some way, that was even worse than Time Warp was. Both the two worst coasters I've ever ridden. Never plan to ride them again. Absolute torture. Literal hell. For lunch, we went to the Lazy Bear Lodge, and I got the brisket and the mac and cheese. It is jam-packed in here because it's so cold. Food was pretty good, especially for amusement park food. Now we're gonna go ahead and ride Vortex, which looks like it has a line, which is a lot of fun. But I need the credits. Now let's do it. Vortex felt very similar to the Bat at Kings Island, so it's a pretty solid ride. Now we're gonna check out Wonder Mountain's Guardian. Wonder Mountain's Guardian was a little strange. It was pretty short and our guns didn't work, and I don't think there was audio, which was really weird. Also, as I was filming this, it just now started to rain, and I'm gonna go over to this half of the park to go grind some credits. Alright, next we're checking out Wild Beast, which has a reputation of just as bad, if not worse, as Mighty Canadian Mine Buster. Wild Beast was not that bad. It was a little bit rough in the first few valleys, but it had some actually decent floater airtime in a couple spots, and it wasn't awful. I think both of the wooden coasters here get a bad rep that they don't really deserve. This really is too bad. I would really like to get on this. But mandatory maintenance is mandatory maintenance, so you know, do what you gotta do. I believe there are only 5 more obtainable credits here, and this is the first. That was just about as bad as other rides of the model. But one thing I noticed is that I had like no leg room at all. I felt like a Skyrocket too. I don't know if it's just made differently here than it is everywhere else, but that was very uncomfortable. But I got the credit, that's all that matters. I have absolutely no shame. The kiddie rides seem to have pretty long lines at this point, so my plan is to wait until haunt starts when there will be less kids around to get the credits. So we're gonna do that. The Ghost to Coaster is pretty good. One odd little practice that they have here is they throw you out at 5 o'clock and then haunt starts at 7. I've never seen any other haunt show, any other park have a practice like that. So that's pretty interesting. So I'll see you at 7. I have returned, and in a very, very surprising turn of events, Leviathan is running. So I think I might be able to get that credit as long as it's not just testing. So we're gonna head there first. Oh, how my luck has changed. It looks like it's got a pretty decent line, but I don't even care. Good time. Leviathan was absolutely incredible. It was way better than I was expecting it to be, and I prefer it to Orion personally, and I'm pretty comfortable with that opinion. So I'm gonna leave it here so I can go check out the haunted houses. I hope you have a great day and keep on coasting.